Okay, this shows an example of Indiana Jones in a tight pinch. The guy in the airplane is a Nazi pilot who's trying to kill him and his father. And his gun's empty. So what does his father do?
I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let my armies be the rocks and the trees, and the birds in the sky.
And today we are going to talk about how to get peer-reviewed articles. Okay, nobody else is in this room, so I guess I don't need this here anymore. Oh, that's actually a doggy bag. I don't need this either. So, how to get peer-reviewed articles. Pay attention. You need to do this to get a good grade on the final. Okay, so in that video clip, it shows you how being smart, using your head, and knowledge that sometimes nerds have, like scholarly type nerds, can be useful in the real world. So that's my little intro for today, talking about how you find peer-reviewed sources. Okay, to get an A on the final project, you need to quote and cite peer-reviewed sources. I'm going to say at least 3 in your final project essay. All right, so this is the website of LA Unified. Maybe I'll move this up a little closer to make it fill the screen better. And now I'm going to show you the steps to get to peer-reviewed sources from the LA Unified website. Okay, I prefer to click up here where it says Classic View. Okay, I'm not sure how well that shows, but this is the setup of the website, the one that I'm familiar with. It has these 4 things here. It says students, employees, families, community. Click students. Okay, and once you've clicked students, then you go to right here where it says student tools and resources. Then you go to right here where it says digital library. At some point it might ask you to put in your school ID and or email or PIN number. I'm not sure exactly which one, but I think most of you know because you've done things like this before. If not, I'll ask the right person. Check with me and I will get back to you. Once you click digital library, you need to click digital library subscription sites right there. Okay, so you click that and it opens up all these different things that, there's like encyclopedias. There's 2 databases that you can use for this assignment. Maybe more than 2, but 2 that I know of. One is called eLibrary ProQuest. The other one is Gale Database. All right? So you go into one or the other, depending on which you prefer. I'm going to use eLibrary ProQuest first, and maybe I'll come back in a few minutes and use Gale Database. Okay, so you open it up. I clicked eLibrary. And you're going to click ProQuest. Okay. And that helps you access peer-reviewed journals that have the kind of peer-reviewed articles you need to quote from to do a good job on this essay. Why isn't it opening? All right, let me try one more time. Well, okay. So seem like it wants to open. So what am I going to do? Firefox prevented from, okay, options, then a pop-up blocker options. Okay, so it's blocking the pop-up. I have to take that off. Okay, now we'll go back. We'll try again. Yep, now it works. Okay, so what you need to do is click peer reviewed. Whether you're using the Gale database or this one, you've got to make sure you click peer reviewed because otherwise it gives you newspaper magazine articles, and what you need for this assignment is to use peer reviewed articles. Okay, so we're going to search for the terms. Let's search for, you should also click full text. And in ProQuest, you could click advanced search if you want to search for more than one term. So I'm going to search for the Great Gatsby. Okay, the Great Gatsby. And let's say that I want to learn about Romanticism in the novel The Great Gatsby. So I'll click Romanticism. So any article that talks about Romanticism and mentions The Great Gatsby is going to be come up in this search. Okay, this searches all kinds of journals that are not open to the public. Okay, I click search. Okay, so there's 960 results. That's too many. You only need 3. So I'm going to go back and click full text, so it only doesn't give you like pieces of articles, and peer reviewed. Okay, so now I'm searching for The Great Gatsby and Romanticism one more time. Search. Okay, it's giving you 197 results. Okay, that's probably about the right thing to do. You can start looking at articles and finding the ones that are interesting, that might have things you can quote inside. You don't have to read the whole article to quote from it. Just read maybe a few sentences or a paragraph, and if it seems like it has useful stuff, then you quote it, you use it. Okay, let's go back. Great Gatsby, Romanticism. If you want to limit your results, you can search for an exact title. The name, The Great Gatsby, has to be in the title of the article. Now, that's going to limit your results. That might bring it down to less than 10. So these are articles that only have The Great Gatsby in document title. Romanticism. Search. 11 results. Okay? So this says comparative study between the Tale of Two Cities and The Great Gatsby, self-sacrifice spirits and romanticism. So it's in this journal, Theory and Practice in Language Studies, published out of London. Okay, you can use this article if you find a couple of sentences that you like. Now the abstract is usually at the top of the article. It doesn't, it's not really something you might want to quote or cite from, but if you want to get an idea what the article's about, just read these abstracts for a few sentences. Okay, so there you have it. Let's try that one more time using the Gale database. All right, I'm going to close out ProQuest. Let's go back to the Gale database. Digital library, Gale database. Okay. So, this is where it wants you to sign in. I think I can sign in with Clever. Well, actually, this is going to take a while because I'm not sure if I'm going to do it the right way. But what I showed you for ProQuest, you also use for Gale. Make sure you click peer-reviewed sources. Make sure you click whole documents. Okay, and then start searching for different terms that you can use and articles that you can use to quote and cite in your paper. All right, so I guess that's about it. If I went a little fast, the nice thing about this video version is you can go back and replay part of it, the step-by-step. And if you have any questions, call or text. Alrighty, see you in class in Zoom. Oh.